Hello from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Carvin, and this is Randy's Rant for October 1st, 2019. All right. I've already got one person watching. Um, I don't know where to start today. I'm going to start with the latest shit. Today's thing: poor, pitiful me, Donald Trump. I'll hit some headlines before I start getting into this. Hello, Brian. Hello, Netta. Hello, Bernadette. Hope you're all doing well today. Um, Harris calls for Twitter to suspend Donnie's account. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. He draws too many people, and they would feel naked without him. Um, I've even thought about if it wasn't for him being out there, I would have probably already joined Twitter. I just don't care to since he's out there. Uh, Next in the headlines, Amber Geyer found guilty of murder and shooting her neighbor, Botham John. I was glad to see that. It proves that police can't always get away with it. There was something wrong with that woman. There was some kind of friction between her and her neighbor. She ends up on the wrong floor coming home from work. And then the first thing she does is shoot somebody because she thought they were in her apartment. I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall for that one, folks. Uh, let's see. Yeah, it seems like it, Bernadette. He is the only one that can get away with inciting violence, and we've already seen it. We've seen a bomber that was mailing bombs. I don't care that it didn't kill anybody at all. He was a Donnie supporter. What he is doing is calling out to his minions and cockroaches, climb out from under your rocks. It's time to go to war. And that's sad. Pompeo accuses House Democrats of intimidation and bullying. What's he lost his mind? Has he forgotten that letters were sent out by the Justice Department to 130 of their employees saying that they're going to reclassify their emails? That's a form of intimidation. GOP's Grassley, now Chuck Grassley is saying the whistleblower complaint should be heard. Finally, somebody speaks up from their side and not siding with Donnie. We shall see how many will keep pushing the false information about secondhand knowledge and hearsay. In fact, let me go to my second page that I ended up calling supplementary because it involves so many pages. I had 5, and this is my second page of supplemental stuff that I heard just in the last 2 or 3 hours. Intel Committee IG pushes back. White whistleblower had first-hand knowledge of certain allegations, and that's confirmed in what he turned in that he figured was credible and worth being a whistleblower act or through that law. And secondhand information is allowed by that law, regardless of what the Republicans are telling them now. No existing rules were changed or bent to allow secondhand information. They're going from some stupid idiot in the Federalist evidently can't understand when they read because they falsely said that there can be no secondhand information. Bullshit or hearsay. Hearsay is allowed. Keep in mind, Donnie appointed Atkinson, the IG. Again, I can hear them now. They're setting their hair on fire going, the deep state, the deep space that they hope that their supporters, Trump supporters, have a deep space in their mind. Ah, shit. Uh, Barr is busy investigating the investigators of the Russia probe all over the world. When the Justice Department travels, they notify people. Did you hear a notification? All I heard was crickets, and then we find out he's been traveling all over the world. Damn. Lindsey Graham asking if the whistleblower is part of an old intel community, which is crooked as hell. That's been their story all along. All this is deep state. And Lindsey got his payoff anyway in Russia from Putin. So that's why he changed so much. Let's look at the things that Trump has conspiracy theories on. Birtherism, election fraud after he got in office, Obama spied during the campaign, deep state, Hillary emails, and now the Bidens. And repeat, and repeat. This is Roy Coyne, and it's also what Hitler's men were doing. They knew that if you repeated a lie long enough, people will say it must be the truth, or they wouldn't keep telling us this. Yeah. All right. I don't plan to have a long one because I got 5 pages I could go through. And as everybody knows, every time you prepare stuff like this, when we do rants, it's by the time you get on the air, it's about time to throw it away because something else has changed since then. Let's see what everybody's doing. Yeah, including Pence. They're finding more people are involved. I think there's about 3 of them that we're not really familiar other than Kurt Volher. Now his name is famous because of his involvement. But I believe the House is going to see him before the end of the week. So there's hope in that. Pompeo is revealed to be on the Ukraine call. And he couldn't remember that about a week ago. He couldn't remember knowing anything. He hadn't read the complaint. They released a summary of Trump's call. He was on the call, and they also released the whistleblower complaint. So he doesn't know anything. He's already lied right there last week. And I'm saying right now, this is going to be one hell of a news week because we have not heard everything yet. There's going to be a lot more piled on to this about the call and about the whistleblower and going back and investigating the investigators in the Russia probe because this is all about Trump trying to change the narrative. It was Ukraine that did the hacking of emails. That way, he can lift all sanctions on Russia, make them part of the G7, making it the G8 again. At Doral, his poorest club as far as attendance has gone, they're losing money. That's why he did that. Uh, Trump regime imposes sanctions on key Putin ally. You know what that's for? Distract. Where he can go on saying he's had the toughest sanctions on Russia, but yet between him and McConnell, they decided they didn't have to sanction Oleg Deripaska anymore. It's a shit show for sure. Uh, okay, wow, I'm going without even reading off of here. Trump is gaslighting again, calling Adam Schiff role as treasonous. I'm starting to wonder if any of them on either side understand what treason is. The last people that were executed in this country for treason was during World War II, and it was the Rosenbergs. So they need, all of them need to look up the meaning of that and quit bandying the word treason around, because nobody has committed treason yet. But Trump's getting awfully close. Because the way I look at it, let's look back at the Soviet Union. We had a whole war from World War II on with the Soviet Union. So in a way, Putin's that kind of an enemy. They tried to make it a democracy, and he was bound and determined when he got in power. He wasn't going to go that way. Now Donnie would like to take our country in that direction, where, he wins by 98% of the vote. And don't put it past him. He would do that if he could. Saying that we have a civil war that would fracture the nation. This is him calling out to his supporters to incite violence like he's done before. His words matter, and he knows it. He doesn't care. He sees himself as fighting for his life, and he is. His free life, anyway. Winning by any means. That is the new slogan of the GOP. Oh, pardon me, the Trump regime party. He is now enlisting the Prime Minister of Australia, again trying to disprove the Russia probe. And we got to keep in mind that man's right wing too, so he won't be hard to convince. Dig up dirt. Let's see what else I got today. Yeah, he's enlisted him, and again, as find me some dirt on the Mueller probe. He abuses his power each and every day. And hopefully, seems like some of the Republicans are starting to wonder. You've got to wonder what's behind Mitch McConnell is now realizing there will be an impeachment trial in the Senate. So he's admitting to that. But that's all we're hearing. We're not hearing how he feels about it or anything else. He just realizes it's going to happen, and he can't stop that. And I guarantee he's not going to influence any of the Republicans to vote to get Donnie out of office. That's for damn sure. A lot of shit will have to hit the fan, and maybe it will this week, beginning it. We're only in, this is the 8th day of the impeachment inquiry. And he should realize that people are learning more every day. The majority of this country know he's a cruel, vindictive, wimpy little bitch. His whole family is a pack of thieves, and so is his cabinet. That's all they're in there for, is to steal from the public or the taxpayer. I see. And a lot of it, again, I feel like John in this, that you write stuff down, you ended up, or me, in my case, I end up writing it down a couple of times because I'm tuning to different channels to get my stories. And one channel may cover it better than the other one did. So I end up writing part of it again. Let's see what I've got here. And this is not the first time. Donnie has done this before. Said there would be a civil war if he's not reelected. Now he's taking right-wing ministers that are saying on the border is the gates of heaven. What Bible does he look at? Not mine. Ever since Trump was installed in office, the payback was lifting sanctions on Russia. Now Bill Barr, I've already covered that, is traveling the world to help lift those sanctions. All right. Representative Collins of New York resigns because another insider trading problem that he had. He was last heard to say that he's going to fight it in court and he's going to be found not guilty. But he did resign. Another Republican crook has been caught. There's more crooks in that party than any other, independents, Democrats, or anything else. The Republicans are a bunch of thieves. In a lot of cases, they're against gays, right? But it turns out they were gay. They have no ethics. They have no values. They're out to thieve whatever they can get for nothing. And we come to this, and I'm keeping an eye on the time. I don't want to run a long time today. I'll probably run longer tomorrow because tonight will be a big news night. All right. Trump wanting to know whistleblowers' identity. This is a form of witness intimidation, and he's intimidating those that might do it in the future by doing that. And like I said yesterday, this whistleblower's identity must be hidden even from the House in a closed door session. They can't know who it is. They've got to disguise this person and disguise their voice, because Republicans will run right over to the White House and tell them whatever in the hell they found out. That's the party they are. They're into hugging and kissing that man's ass. And Mike, in the final, I'm not going to carry this on much longer. Mike Pompeo and William Barr are hiring attorneys as they face subpoenas in the impeachment inquiry. And according to what I heard, Trump White House cannot protect them. So they're now, because they got involved with that asshole, they're now having to get their own attorneys. And the taxpayer doesn't pay for that shit. And they deserve it. They decided to lump themselves in with a piece of shit. They got it smeared on them. All right, that's about all I'm going to cover for now. I covered a good 5 pages, and I still got 2 more pages I could go with, but I'll let you go for today. First wild card game is tonight between the Brewers and the Nationals, so I'm going to be kind of watching that. I'm looking forward to our meeting in that secret place that we meet at later on. So, all in all, it was a fruitful day for me, uh, getting some things done, getting bills paid, and getting to hear all this stuff. Kept my headset on, kept it on CNN all day long. So I will let you go. Yeah, they better get lawyered up. All of them, including Pence. And Lindsey Graham. He's sticking his ass in it, out in it too. So I think they ought to call him into the house, have him answer some questions like, "What was that trip to Russia about for you, buddy?" All right, there we go. Had to clear a couple things from the top of the screen. All right, have a good evening. Enjoy yourselves. I know we are all staying on this. Blue Dots, I love you. I love America. We can get this done. It's starting to look better. Uh, with each day, more comes out on them, and they can't explain it all away because they don't even know where to start when it comes to uh, trying to discredit the whistleblower testimony before it happens and saying that he can't have secondhand. He can have secondhand, third hand, and hearsay. It says in the law they can. And nobody changed anything or bent anything. It's a complete lie. But you know, Fox spews and bullshit mountain are not going to be pushing that narrative. All right, have a good evening. Vote blue, no matter who, in 2020. All right, folks. Peace. Resist, persist, and insist that we get that orange turd out of the White House. At least he doesn't have a turd polisher that comes out and talks for him anymore. Some good things have come about. All right. Have a good one. See you tomorrow on Facebook. And I thank you all for coming. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Last time I looked, we're up to 82. I'm getting a lot of good comments after these sessions. So thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.